Grand Rising and good morning, everybody. Welcome to Feel Good Friday. I am your host, Trae Holiday. And of course, I'm going to tell you right now, we got a jam-packed show. So I want to get right into it. I want to thank you guys for watching us today on Feel Good Friday right here in the Black Media Matter Studios at Converge Media. Also, you guys, we're if you can't watch us, you can always listen to us on the podcast. Omari said over 200 different platforms. Just search Converge Media Network. Salman is going to be putting SoundCloud there in the comments, but you guys can also be listening to all of our shows here at Converge. We appreciate all of you listeners out there. And of course, we've been keeping this message alive and well. This campaign is coming to its end, but hereforuswa.org. Salman also put that comment in the links. You guys check out this website if you're still COVID hesitant, vaccine hesitant. I think we're all COVID hesitant, right? But, check out this resource. We, want to keep this message alive because we know COVID is still alive and well. And we want to make sure you all are informed and actually have a resource to disseminate all of that misinformation. So make sure you guys have the most up-to-date information right there at hereforuswa.org. Okay. Well, I got to say this, man. Converge been hitting the streets, seriously, hitting the community, figuring out where spaces are. Check out what we got to capture from this new art space called Inside.
Hi, my name is Sierra, and welcome to Inside. Inside is a space made to redefine self-care. We do that through products that we offer here, our services, as well as our events and experiences. The types of experiences that you'll get at Inside or you can look forward to are really fun, specifically curated things to help you expand who you are. For instance, last weekend was a date night for couples, and what we did is we did a sip and paint, and we also had a therapist there to talk them through guided conversations to build their communication and intimacy together. And we also had like 5-star hors d'oeuvres from a celebrity chef to help expand your palate. And so that type of event, we got nothing but great feedback on, and those are the types of experiences we hope to continue to bring at Inside. A big support came from Seattle Restored. They're the company and the program that got us the initial funding here. They have like 100 and something pop-up locations for art, and then we're one of 5 storefront locations that were selected out of the hundreds of applicants as well. So the idea is to, start having these art installations and businesses pop up downtown in hopes that folks see we're doing stuff. Let's revitalize, get people back to walking around and spending their time and money down here. The community has really been showing up and showing their support for what we're doing here, and that's really what is going to get people continuing to come back. A lot of feedback that I received on my proposal from Seattle Restored was the reason they selected my option is because I brought in 36 different brands and artists into this space. I intentionally wanted to create a space that was a collective of all these brands and businesses that maybe might not have had the opportunity to be in a retail space. So I wanted to really amplify these amazing brands and products and these people in this community so that we can collectively as a group support each other, but also offer healing and offer alternative ways in which we move and go through this world. Post-COVID, a lot of people are coming out going, what do I want to do with my life now? What is going to give me purpose and what's going to give me a meaning? And so I hope to offer a space that people can explore what that looks like for them, whether it be taking an art class or exploring art that they never have before, or purchasing, products that they would have never tried to expand their palette, or even just dabbling in clothes and look good and feel good and just doing whatever they can to go and tap into areas that they maybe might not have before. We are continuing to bring more products and partner with more folks in our community to offer more classes and resources. So we're excited to be here, and it's so far so good. We heard that, We're going to be extended with the Seattle Restored program, so hopefully that means we can stay in this location for, a lot longer, and be able to get a good, step forward for building a sustainable business.
What a beautiful space, and shout out to Seattle Restored. I got to be a part of this effort by being on a selection panel, and honestly, seeing that space come to fruition, it is so much different than seeing the proposal on paper and then seeing all of these amazing artists and vendors be able to utilize this space. So shout out to you, Sierra, and the whole team over there at Inside. This is a great, great opportunity for those of you who've been looking to get into a storefront, and I just love this entire initiative of Seattle Restored. Well, you guys, we have a very busy show today, so I got to get right into it after this short break. Coming up is my girl, art queen here at Converge, TDUB. Of course, I got to start the show off right with TDUB. We're going to be talking about all things in the art scene and, of course, Art of the Matter episode 9. And I got to say, I also get to have some lovely conversations with some amazing folks that have been doing it in community for years. Nikita Mathis is here in the building. Can't wait to talk to her about her longevity as a business owner with Platinum Plush. There it is right there. Amazing photo, an amazing person. Also, we got Brandon BP Parker in the building. We're going to be talking about the BP brand, how he started it, what it looks like, how folks can tap in. And we're going to be following up. The last guest of the day, last but definitely not least, is my guy, Eric Network 206 George. He's going to be in the building. He is also a part of the BP brand and has been doing many things in the community. So I'm telling you, it's going to be an amazing jam-packed show. You guys stay tuned after this short break. Up next is TDUB. You're watching Feel Good Friday.
As a non-binary Black femme, a lot of my identity is rooted in body. Once the vaccine was introduced, it was really difficult to think in terms of safety as well as autonomy. As a Black American, the relationship with government is very complicated. It's hard to trust. A lot of these conspiracies are really impacting people making a decision, especially with Black folks, to be clear about what we're doing. I think it's just a well-rounded conversation to see what's best for us.
Everyone's invited to the prom. From the creators of the Book of Mormon, Elf, and the Drowsy Chaperone, The Prom is a musical comedy about big Broadway stars on a mission to change the world and the love they discover that unites them all. The Prom makes you believe in musical comedy again. So full of happiness that you think your heart is about to burst. Everyone deserves a chance to celebrate.
On sale now. Tickets at fifthavenue.org.
Hey guys, Besa Gordon here, and before heading to Belize, Trae Holiday and I had to make sure we linked up with our good friends over at Market Street Shoes to, of course, grab a few things for the trip. From bags to socks, shoes, sunglasses, earrings, and more. Before going on any trip, make sure you stop at Market Street Shoes. Trust me, you'll find just what you need to make your trip not only enjoyable, but fashionable.
Peace, everybody. Welcome back to Feel Good Friday. I'm going to tell you right now, this energy up in here is lit. It is live and well. I'm so glad that we always get to start the show off nice and right with my girl, my sis TDUB, our queen right here at Converge. What up, TDUB?
What's going on, Trae? Happy Feel Good Friday. We are in here and it is live.
Hey, it is live. And I got to, I don't know. TDUB really gets the memo.
We got to coordinate.
Like, I don't know. Fridays, it's yellow and green. I tell you this, it's hetero energy.
Yes.
That is all of that amazing feminine social energy, and it really combines with the Feel Good Friday energy. I'm gonna tell you, it's right in line. It's right in line. Well, you know what? Thank you for always starting our show off right. I do love the hat too. I gotta say, Sweet Life, looking dope.
Shout out to Lay Gatsby hooking it up.
There
got
we
a little
go.
drip. Also gotta say what's up to First Citizen Co. for the shirt. Occupy Duwamish Land. We rep Seattle all the way, the real way, the right way.
The real way and the right way.
Yes.
Absolutely. And always, TDUB, you're hitting these streets.
You know, we be outside. We be outside. And we definitely had some fun this week. A few of us from the Converge team got to hit up Besa's media mixer. We had such a great time down at the Gold Bar. Lady Coco was DJing. She had a really great panel of social media influencers, people who got like really great followings, giving the tips and the tools to like up your social media game. So it was really, really fun. I got to meet some dope folks, including the folks from Inside Space. So shout out to Sierra and Moni Love holding it down. So it was a great time this week.
Well, I gotta say, this is one of those things where I was like, man, my schedule was so jam-packed and I missed it. And I was kicking myself in the butt the entire day on Tuesday. Yeah. I went from one thing to another and there was just no room. And so I'm so glad Converge showed up for Besa and really for media, because a lot of folks understand what we're doing here at Converge. And it's beautiful that people are like, man, y'all are really doing it. Y'all are, y'all are the truth. Yeah. But ultimately, the thing is that we got to have that space for Black voices to really resonate and be uplifted. So I'm so glad. I was seeing the photos, and you know what? I'm gonna have to talk to you after the show about some of those tips, because my little social media, I'm just, man, it's like 1,500, and people be like, why are you not at 10,000? Why? And I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
The algorithm be real. So the panel definitely gave us some really, really great tips and tricks on how to, up your influence, personal versus business pages, those types of things, posting, all of that. It was really awesome panel. So shout out to Besa for putting that media mixer together. Can't wait for the next one.
Man, Besa, I just gotta say right here, sis, you're killing it. Okay. Killing the game. I absolutely adore everything that you're doing out here. Community shout out to you. You know what? We get to kick it with each other all the time. We saw your spot the other day for Afterwards. You and Besa got to go check that show out. Man. I mean, so sometimes we get to step out together and be out here in the streets, but I know that you really stay committed to knowing what's going on. Tell us a bit about what's happening in the art scene.
Yes, ma'am. We got that art news coming up for you on the weekly as usual. Let's go ahead and post that graphics on. Appreciate you. So first up, the Seattle Office of Arts and Culture is looking for their 2023-24 Civic Poet. So if you are into the literal arts, definitely hit up the Seattle Office of Arts and Culture website. This is a 2-year residency, and the deadline to apply is July 13th. So that's a good amount of time. If you're into that, make sure you check that out. A Space Inside. Yeah, shout out to these guys. So they are actually hosting In Session with Jamal Jackson of Livia Counseling. So if you are looking for some news, some information on mental and emotional health, Jamal will be at Inside Space tonight from 1:30 to 4:30. So make sure you hit that up. And the girls at Space Inside are also hosting a singles night paint and sip on Saturday, May 28th. So if you're into that sort of thing, definitely hit them up as well. And speaking of paint and sips, the Link Project is hosting their monthly Nothing But the Rent Paint and Sip fundraiser. That'll be Thursday, May 26th from 7 to 9. It's a great way to support a beautiful space and a good cause. So hit up their website for more information on that. So yeah,
things. I gotta say, like every time that you're on, I'm like, man, there's so much popping off in our city. Like, you can't say that Seattle Black community is not stepping up their game. Really I think that there's something to be said about, people that have always kind of established a foundation for what it looks like for us to have opportunities to network and build community and build relationships. Right. But I think it's on cloud 10 right now, TDUB.
We are really doing it. I am so proud to be from the town, like for real. Like, and, I do this every week, bringing you guys that art news. There's always something to talk about. It's never like, oh, there's not really much going on. Like there's always, and I don't get everything. So I know that there's much more, to come.
Yeah. There's even stuff we can't even cover.
Right.
You're so right about that. I got to tell you, I just even talking to you during the break, I just looked at TDUB, y'all, and I was like, oh my God, like we're really like, let me pinch myself a little bit. I think it's also the energy up in the room, because we got some legends up in here in the room. But I'm telling you, there's something so special about seeing how Black community comes together. And, Monday through Thursday, sometimes I got to hit the news with Omari and it'd be like, man, we were dealing with all the Buffalo stuff this week, obviously. So it's been a heavy news week for us. And I really love Feel Good Fridays, because it really is about feel good stories and energy. And ultimately, you are right, TDUB. There's always something popping off.
It's real.
And of course, you're keeping it live and lit and well with Art of the Matter. Tell us a bit about episode 9. Man, this is moving along. along so
Man,
swiftly,
this
man.
it's been an incredible journey with Art of the Matter, I gotta say. And thank you to Converge Media, thank you to Omari, thank you to my Converge family for supporting me and uplifting me in this journey. It's been super phenomenal. So if you didn't check out episode 8 this past Monday, we had Kamisha Turner joining us actually virtually in the studio. We got to premiere her episode. We had a great conversation. We talked about Buffalo. We talked about just life in general. And it was a really, really excellent episode. So if you haven't seen that yet, go check it out. But Monday, May 30th, we have, man, I am so excited, Miss Barbara Earl Thomas. I got to talk to Barbara Earl Thomas. I am just like so ecstatic about this episode. Brady and I got to visit her in her studio. We chopped it up, we laughed, we, shared stories, and man, we like literally lost track of time. We were there with her for 4 hours, just soaking up all that game. So this episode 9 is going to be super dope. Make sure you check it out Monday, May 30th.
Oh my goodness. Art of the, you know what? I got to say, every week we get to dive into Art of the Matter, but I always want to thank you for what you're doing because it was so needed. And to know that it's such a great addition to the plethora of shows that we showcase here at Converge Media. Art of the Matter is dope as all get out. And you're right. I mean, you're talking about legends. I'm not surprised that you were there for 4 hours.
Seriously. And like, I don't know. I get shy, I get nervous, I get all introverted and whatnot about like people like that. So to have the platform to be like, hey, I would love to chat with you, through a little something, but I'm also getting my own little feels. So it's dope.
Yeah. And that's the good thing too, is that I think what you're also experiencing is artists' willingness to actually talk to you about what they're going through, to actually come onto your show, which is another, I think, layer of Black community building and community building in general with that artist community. We talk about it all the time, that there's like subsets of families here, whether you're a performer, you're an artist, you're in music, you're in fashion, whatever it is, there's always like this literal family that is being created, literally.
Definitely. And it can definitely, it can be a little isolating, especially for Black artists here in the city. Like the Black community in Seattle is so small already. So if you add art to that, it gets even smaller. And it can feel, isolating a lot of times. So to be able to create community through this show, through this platform, everybody who's been on here has been like, yo, Takiyah, thank you. Thank you to Converge. We appreciate the opportunity to just speak our truth. So let's do it more. I'm ready.
Yeah. More and more episodes to come.
More.
Well, thank you again, TDUB, as always, for bringing us all of the art news.
Appreciate
you may
it.
see me out there on one of these things. I'm telling you, I try to hit it up.
Get a little paint tip going on.
There we go.
Yes.
Thank you, my friend, for being here. We appreciate your energy always.
Absolutely. One more thing before I go. I got to make sure that I mention the Garfield Superblock Project is hosting our service day tomorrow from 10 to 1, I believe is the time slot. So make sure you come out to Garfield Playfield tomorrow morning. We're going to be out there telling you guys what we got going on for the Garfield Superblock Project. It's a big deal, so make sure you're there.
You know what? You're absolutely right. And we can't forget this. I mean, there's service days happening all over the city tomorrow on the 21st. And it's a beautiful thing because the service day, they know, let's have it a little bit earlier in the day because definitely a lot of events popping. We got Malcolm X. I'll be there hosting y'all at Jimi Hendrix Park tomorrow from 1 to 7. So it's right after that. And, I got to spend some time with the Garfield Superblock team yesterday. Shout out to all of those volunteers on that coalition, including myself. It's been a couple of years. We've been pushing through. And I got to say, we get to celebrate an amazing feat of getting like halfway at our mark in terms of funding for this redevelopment of Garfield Park. So shout out to you and everybody else who's involved in that. It's a great effort. Thank you for mentioning that. And you know what? Kudos to everybody out there who's participating in service days tomorrow. We're talking about cleaning up the streets, cleaning up the parks, getting ready, getting out in the community with folks, doing volunteer hours. It's a beautiful effort.
Definitely.
Thank you for mentioning that.
Thank you, Trae.
Absolutely. Oh, as always, y'all know we're going to start the show off right with TDUB. And up next, we get to continue in this Feel Good Friday energy. Nikita Mathis is in the building. We're going to be talking about Platinum Plush and the ways that she has kept this business thriving for all these years. You guys stay tuned after this short break. You're watching Feel Good Friday. Hey there, it's Trae Holiday. And of course, Besa and I had to take a trip back to Market Street Shoes to grab some items. They always know what to show us. And let me tell you, we both spent quality time to be sure we collected some amazing additions to our wardrobes. They have some of the most unique bags, shoes, and accessories. I mean, the whole shebang. It's always a good time when I get to shop with my girl Besa. Make sure you go check out Market Street Shoes, y'all, and you too can walk out with some dope gear.
Everyone's invited to the prom. From the creators of the Book of Mormon, Elf and the Drowsy Chaperone, The Prom is a musical comedy about big Broadway stars on a mission to change the world and the love they discover that unites them all. The Prom makes you believe in musical comedy again. So full of happiness that you think your heart is about to burst. Everyone deserves a chance to celebrate.
On sale now. Tickets at fifthavenue.org.
When COVID first hit, I was very afraid. There was so much things that I had to keep inside because I didn't know where to place my feelings. Most of my information for COVID is from my own research. I'm a doctor in educational leadership, and when the FDA approved Pfizer, it helped me realize that the vaccination is healthy. We don't want to be left behind because we're not taking the vaccine, but we want to get as much information as possible so that we are putting ourselves in better hands and not at great risk.
Welcome back, everybody, to Feel Good Friday. I'm your host, Trae Holiday, and joining me right now is business owner extraordinaire, Nikita Mathis. What's up?
Hey, Trae. How's it going, Queen?
Yeah, I am well, Queen. You're looking fabulous.
Thank you. So are you.
Hey, right on. And I gotta say, we've been talking for years, but the beautiful thing is I got to actually do some work showcasing Platinum Plush, and it was so much fun to pull that project together when we were doing the We Are Africa Town series.
Yes, absolutely. That was absolutely exciting. I was thrilled to do that video. In fact, it's a video that's shown on the intro of my website. Just tells a little bit about, the history of Platinum Plush and where I'm going. And so, I was really happy to do that one. I love that one.
Well, I'm glad that you could join us today because as we, heard earlier, you have a real connection to the BP brand. So you're going to really set the tone for us in terms of what, that relationship looks like. But I want you to make sure our audience knows about what you've been doing at Platinum Plush. This is a business that's been around for many years. Tell us all about it.
So I have been in the Southeast community along the Martin Luther King corridor business district for 21 years now. Unbelievable. I can't believe it myself, but God is good and the community is great. I've been, providing fashion for men, women, accessories, and I even do silk screening. A lot of people don't know that about me, but I shout out to Homesite. I've done a lot of work for them in silk screening and Seattle Parks and Recreations, and I am a veteran for Cube 93 Summer Jam. I've been there. If you have a Summer Jam t-shirt for 16 years, you probably bought it from my booth. So that's some of the things that I've been doing to just kind of stay afloat outside of Platinum Plush Fashions. I found other ways to kind of, draw in income and provide, great fashion and services to the community. So shout out to everybody that's ever shopped with me. It's because of you that I'm still in business and the grace of God. So celebrating 21 years now.
My goodness, 21 years is tremendous.
Crazy, right?
Nikita. I mean, seriously. And the thing is too, is that, you've really been connected to community. And we were talking about that new space inside, right? Where it's like, hey, we need this storefront for all of these artists and people that have not been able to do that. But you've been doing that in fashion for a long time. Tell us a bit about that networking, community, and family that you've created by bringing in other products into Platinum Plush.
Yeah, absolutely. So I pride myself, on being the gateway to fashion. Everything that you see on the Instagram models and even celebrities, you can usually find at Platinum Plush Fashions for less than the price as well. I offer quality merchandise at great, deals, and people know that they can come get a good deal from me. So like I said, I travel. Speaking of which, I go to many, many trade shows, the best in the business, and I've kicked up a business. I'm celebrating 1 year today. Facebook just kind of reminded me that Fashionology 101 is a new business that I've kicked up. So basically, I'm teaching the game now, especially women of color and young ladies who inspire to be entrepreneurs. in the retail fashion business. I'm now serving as a coach, Coach Nikita.
Aw.
Hey, but yeah, so Fashionology is one of my new babies. I'm proud to say that I have a group of ladies that and gentlemen, BP brand, they're considering about joining the team. And I'm basically teaching, mentoring, and training people how to win and have longevity like I have in the retail business. So I'm excited about that. Speaking of community, I do a lot of work in the community. I'm the former chair of 4 year. I serviced a 4-year term for the Martin Luther King Business Association, and I still serve as volunteer on that board as well as on board Othello and Home Site. So I really, really love the community that I do business in. They've been great to me, and I'm all about servicing. So
Well, I gotta say, I think anybody who does business with you speaks highly of you as well. I mean, Doré was on the show a while back, and
yeah, that's
and
my guy.
he could not stop talking big things about you. He was just like, "Oh my God, give me my first shot. Let me get my stuff in there." Like, but I think too, kind of what I was just talking about with TDUB. There's really this family that's created because we bet on each other.
Yeah.
Right? And in a sense, as we're building those relationships, we're also providing opportunities for each other in a real genuine, unique way. And that's something that I really appreciate about our Black community here.
Yeah.
And you're really a part of that.
Yeah, absolutely. And when you say family, like the BP brand, DeRay, I've worked with many, locals here that are emerging in the fashion, whether it's photography, music, you name it. And I'm just proud to be a part of that family. And we're pretty close knit and we support each other. So yeah.
Well, also too, I'll say that I think there's nothing better than having local opportunities to really express yourself through fashion.
Right.
I'm a person that people ask me all the time, where you get that? How do you put that thing? I don't know, but it's in my head, right? In terms of like what's going to look good or something like that. But the idea that I get to shop locally and really support Black community, Black business owners, Black businesses, really circulating my dollar in the Black community, that is huge to me.
Big time. And, I just want to say, shout out to people like you that support us, because I believe small businesses, are the gateway. We serve or we hire, maybe the overlooked or, what big corporations feel are not deserved, so to speak. We provide jobs, and I'm pretty proud of that. And so, yeah, we appreciate the support, speaking from all small businesses, especially Black-owned businesses and women-owned businesses.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Gotta hit those marks.
Hit those marks. Hit those marks. I will say too that I'm a huge proponent of. I get it, like big brands, name brands. People want to talk about that, but for me, I'm all about repping my local brands. Like it's so much better. I don't shop for that kind of thing. I don't need the whatever name brand you want to say, right? Because I'm like, I want to utilize my body as a canvas to also showcase the fact that our local brands are as dope or even doper than a lot of those brands that people talk about. Plus, I also am not about giving my dollars to, people that have made their foundational monies and their business off of free cotton. Let's just be real. So I think about that too, in terms of how intentional my money is being spent.
Right. And so, I welcome my boutique as a platform for these emerging, brands. You have a place in my store to, sell your goods. Shout out to Bang Bang. There's a guy who, he has some special circumstances, but let me tell you something. He is flooding the town with his label. He's got good quality. And, he's another emerging brand that, I'd love to support. Along with, Love is Dope. They're already selling out. I am selling out the brand Love is Dope. Yes, they love it. And so I just love supporting emerging brands. So I always welcome them to, come, place your apparel. In my place, you have a place to place your apparel.
Well, I got to ask you this, because business for that long does take ingenuity. And, we're talking about still dealing with COVID. I want to ask you, because a lot of people just weren't getting out. So I saw a lot of businesses being like, man, I got to up my digitization, like the, digital platform, social spirit, the social media. How did you deal with COVID during this pandemic?
So I dealt with it kind of in a strange way, because I'm a hustler, baby, so, in in times like that, real hustlers, they stand up with it. Now, I will say this, Platinum Plush Fashions, we had to adhere to all of the state regulated rules. So we were closed for a while, but I kicked up 2 businesses during that time. That is Fashionology 101 and then Very Berry Chocolate Dip Strawberries. Girl, I've been making these strawberries like crazy all over town. I do these designer bling, logo thing. In fact, I got you some. I bought you some.
Yay! Come with it.
Something
Oh my, look, proof. You're not the only one got food on the show. Yes.
So,
These are amazing.
I just started, I got bored. I got I don't know. I got, my, what do they call it? They always call me, girl, I'm always wild and thinking of something, and I'm DIY girl, and I'm crafty Kita, and I'm kitchen cutie. So I, during that time, I kind of utilized my time to find other ways to make money. And back then I can remember it was Valentine's Day, and I thought of this little risque, strawberry box that just blew out the window. And ever since then, Berry Therapy chocolate dip strawberries have just really kicked into gear. So I'm doing them now for weddings and baby showers. So that was kind of one of the things I did. I focused on my website, still trying to grow my website. So, I want to tell all the listeners, please, 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 if you can't shop in store, I do have a website. It's myplushfashions.com. I try to keep it current. It's a new thing for me. Bear with me, but you can purchase and make your purchases there. So yeah, I just got creative. I got bored. I got mad, and I got to the bag some type of way. I wasn't going to lay down on that. So.
I know that's right. I mean, that's something that we talk about all the time. Omari and I always are talking about the inspiration that we have right here in this iconic Black Seattle wall, right?
Yes.
And how, resilience is one of the top words there, but ingenuity is another. And I think a lot of Black business owners, small business owners across this country and across the world really experience, what does it look like for me now? It's one of those things where the truth of the matter is some had to close their doors for good, but others like yourself were like, nah, I'm gonna find a way.
And then I had to become resourceful. I did receive grants. I'm queen of grant writing now, but shout out to Africa Town. I received a grant from Africa Town and Comcast and Black Business Coalition and Home Site, just to name a few. And I utilized my resources to just, kind of keep the bills paid, the doors open. And, that takes a lot of work in itself. But like I said, I tell anybody, when you want something bad enough, you'll get it. You'll find a way to keep it too.
That's true.
That's kind of been my motto. And I've been working for myself now for 21 years. Unbelievable. And, I just can't even think of working for anybody else anymore. So
you're a true staple in this community now. We can't have you doing nothing but because you're killing the game. I so thank you for coming today.
Thank you for having me.
I want to make sure we give some time though. You can look right there in that camera. Let folks know how to come and shop at Platinum Plush.
So you guys, listen, I am really, really trying to build my online e-commerce. And I know that a lot of you, I have a huge following, so definitely shop online. Like I said, it's myplushfashions.com. You can follow the Instagram and Facebook page, Platinum Plush Fashions. Also check out my new businesses, Fashionology 101. That's also on Facebook. We don't have an Instagram page yet. And then Berry Therapy Chocolate Dip Strawberries. And if you're just interested in joining a winning team, you feel like you want to work for yourself and become your own entrepreneur, join the Fashionology team. I'll show you how to do this.
She will show you how. And if folks want to come into the store, what are the hours and the location?
So we're located right in the heart of town, nearest the Othello station. The address is 6511 38th Avenue South. I'm just a block away from Graham Street. If you notice the iconic mannequins that sit out front, that's where we are. So we're open 12 to 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday, closed Sundays. But that website is always open, myplushfashions.com.
Nikita Mathis, I'm so glad you were here. Queen in the building for sure.
Amari, Trae, staff. Thank you guys.
Absolutely. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for what you're
I
doing.
told y'all, I mean, we got real hitters up in here. We got real hitters in the building today on this Feel Good Friday. We're going to continue in this amazing conversation around building a brand, building a business. Up next is our guy, Brandon BP Parker. We're going to be diving into all things the BP, the brand. You guys stay tuned after this short break. You're watching Feel Good Friday.
These hands bear fruit and witness through muscle and memory to that which cannot be taught. Passing down the blueprint of flowers and bringing waters from the root, bringing nourishment to the masses. There is no grade that can attain the heat that we sustain. A path unclear to most, and still we press on. We flip survival into revival again and again. Be reminded of where you come from, for life is the foundation of every generation.
In the depths of Belize, the travelers come across the waters, harvesting with their hands, learning of resilience rooted deep in the lands. Culture thriving like a fire ablaze, sizzling with a pop and a chop, sharing its ways. Knowledge simmers and grinds into the hearts and minds, cutting away from the surface stories and colonial lies, boiling it down, breaking its shell as the truth pours out and gets plated collectively with love, spooned into bowls, feeding the soul. Garifuna, alive and strong at Palmetto Grove.
Welcome back, everybody, to Feel Good Friday. I'm your host, Trae Holiday, and I'm just got my shoulders banging because it's really feeling good up in here. Up next is Brandon BP Parker of the BP brand. What's up?
Everything's up. Life is up.
Life is up.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm loving that motto. I'm going to steal that one. Life
come on,
is up.
Come on. Don't steal it. Don't steal it. Be a part of it.
There we
Be
go.
a part of it. Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much for joining me today on Feel Good Friday. You know, I got to say, like, I was talking to Network, and Network's like, man, you know, we got this whole brand. And I was like, what? I looked at the site. I was looking at the social media. I'm like, oh, they got some dope stuff.
Yes.
Tell us all about you and what got you into, you know, saying, I got to do business for myself. I got to build this brand. Tell us a bit about you.
Absolutely. And it's an incredible honor of being here. Y'all, what y'all do is amazing. But myself, so my name is Brandon Parker, go by BP Parker. So I'm the founder of this, but when you hear the BP brand, it represents love, grind, and growth. So anytime you see that logo, anytime you see anything, you're going to feel that energy with the real people around 100% of the time. You're going to feel that real energy, and it represents love, grind, and growth. The BP brand, it derives from my name, but you'll rarely hear my name as a part of it because it's about the company, the brand itself, and everybody's surrounded by it. That's a part of it. That's what we represent in our real lives through clothing, through everything that we do. So the way it started, I was doing a lot of motivational speaking, and it was a beautiful thing, making a big impact. And the BP brand derived actually after our brother George Floyd got murdered, and down where I seen Converge Media doing a lot down at the Chop District and whatnot. That's where I came down, and I was doing a lot of work and just uplifting the energy, but still connecting to what we need to do as a people. And doing that, so many news stations and whatnot. It was a big thing, and it was a beautiful thing. But that was a sign. That was the spirits telling me, okay, you got the light for speaking. It's making a change, but it got to be more than you speaking. And from that day, from those times is where it derives, in the spirits and praying and meditating, just feeling uneasy about the real why. And that why came was like, you have to represent more than yourself. And it was like the brand represents love, grind, and growth. Everything we do, everything we stand for is love. So when you see this, you'll usually see Love is Dope. So a lot of people call our company Love is Dope, which they can. It's amazing. This is the people did this. So anything you see from Love, Grind, and Grow, from just anything with love, the people ran with this slogan. So this represents us, and this is our slogan now, and this is what it is right now. So the BP brand was derived from that, and that's all we represent is love, grind, and growth.
Well, I love this background story. I got to tell you, BP, because the truth is that, you know, we need more love in the world, period. And, you know, we talk about this. I mean, you know, this harsh news out of Buffalo, it's because we don't have enough of that, right? And I mean globally, right? Like, we understand the hate is a driving force for a lot of different things, but love can counter that, right?
Every time.
I really appreciate that message. Tell us a bit about what it means to you in terms of a business owner when it comes to fashion. You got to really be on the grind, literally, to get the right products, to figure out the right manufacturers. Tell us a bit about some of the logistics behind Love is Dope.
Right, absolutely. So, and that's what's beautiful about Nikita just left Platinum Plus. She's the queen at all of that. So she's actually a mentor to us in that state as well. So deep in the fashion lane, we haven't even took that lane to go so deep in the fashion lane. What we do, we have our shirts, we have our hats, we have amazing quality. We focus on the quality, but honestly, we keep it real simple for what we do, because our company isn't just a clothing company. It represents this, but when we get, I do motivational speaking, I do hip hop. I'm a hip hop artist as well. And Mr. Network 206, Eric Ciroc, we do a lot of work where our mentality with our company is how do we make a difference on everywhere we go to uplift the energy. So like yesterday, I was a keynote speaker at Edmonds College for the Men of Color department just yesterday. Beautiful event where we can go and teach these and talk to these young brothers and older brothers and old kings about just the mentality of building brick by brick, the mentality of having that attitude of love, of having that attitude of growth by all means necessary. It's no such thing as an L. That L is a lesson every single time. And that's what we pour our heart and our soul into doing. So we do a lot of events and bringing on a lot of events so we can change the energy in the rooms and the mentality to make this the new, to make this the normal, to make thinking and growing and elevation as a Black man, as a man of color, the normal thing. So we're more into that and the speaking events and having this. So deep in that fashion lane and keeping up with the trends, you're going to have to go to Nikita for all that.
Yeah, no, and you know what? And it's smart. It's smart for you to be able to know, look, this is what we're going to focus on. So we get to partner with somebody who has that deep knowledge. So we don't have to dig into that, but it allows you to really be free to get those messages right. Tell us a bit about what it means to you when you're out there public speaking and doing these kinds of events, what you really want people to walk away with. Because I always find that for me, when someone asks me to come and speak somewhere, and I'll do it all the time, because I'm like, you got to connect. You got to bring the messages to the people. Otherwise, it kind of stays in this, this cycle that they can't really connect with. Right. And so I always am like, man, for me, I just want people to understand that they can make it as a creative. It's one of those things that is always kind of a follow through line for me. And I love hearing this, the love, the grind every day. You know, so much of it is about that upliftment. You know, when you think about young folks out there in the crowd, particularly young people, what are some of the things you really want them to walk away with?
Well, we always back it up by our mission statement, and understanding that mission statement wasn't just written to sound like words, but actually living by it and understanding that why, because that's what drives me and the spirit drives us. And our mission statement is to elevate kings and queens to be the best versions of themselves. So being the best version of yourself, you can't do that without love, period. So understanding that and knowing that mission statement in every single talk we have, every single show we do, no matter what it is, understanding the core of what we're saying is to leave for somebody to understand being the best version of themselves starts from within, and understanding how to change your perspective and understanding how to be disciplined to your discipline. Like, be disciplined to when you say it, I'm talking about building by yourself within and not looking from without. Yes. And so that's the main core of everything we do, is elevating the minds to know that being your best version of yourself starts with you. So every single time we have our sidebars, whatever we do, that's usually the topic of the conversation. I'm getting real direct and personal and intimate, asking, not telling about what we do. What we do is great. God is good, but it's more about how can either you help me or I help you, or we help each other. How can we be a light to each other's lives in a real way, not just a way for the cameras, for the show or anything like that, in a real way, real connection. And that's what our brand is about. That's what I'm about. Anybody surrounded with our brand, they'll tell you, you literally can't even be associated with the brand if you don't really live this life.
Man, come on with it, bro.
Real life.
You are spitting facts right here, because the truth of the matter is that it's only going to take realness to root out the fake stuff. It's so real. I love that, because you do have to live by the values. I say all the time, somebody just asked me earlier this week, when people want to connect with you and, all these people, want your time. And I just said, for me, every opportunity, if I'm just authentically myself in every space, right? I can't fake it. I'm not, I'm very transparent. So for me, it's a part of my ethos of how I live, right?
Right.
So I appreciate that message.
Absolutely.
100%, man.
Absolutely.
And I'm so thankful that you're out here in community, pounding this pavement, bro, and getting this message out there to the community, because it's important.
Yes.
It's important. Before I let you go, lastly, how do you find the ways to connect? Because I think there may be somebody out there that's like, man, I want to do what he's doing. I got message. I want to get out there. How do you find these opportunities for you to go and do these amazing speaking engagements?
Well, that's amazing. So I was a keynote speaker at the Great Wolf Lodge for high school. There was an entrepreneurial class in the high school, and the topic was about opportunities. But the spin was how I speak is creating those opportunities, not waiting for those opportunities. So sometimes you say, oh, I want to do what he does. I want to do what she does. Okay, you create those opportunities by core roots, being the best version of yourself. So if you want to do that, if you're not actually spending your dedicated time studying, I'm talking about right on YouTube, right on doing everything within your control to spend your time and energy dedicating to what you say you're going to do, then you don't really want to do this anyway. If you're not giving your energy, if you're just waiting for the opportunity, no, create those opportunities by being your true self, not waiting for no degree, a piece of paper, or for permission to do what you want to do. Do what you want to do. If you want to be a speaker, turn your YouTube live on right now, go on your camera and start speaking. That's how you create those opportunities, because if I see you, if you see that person, you might want to follow that person. That person might have an opportunity for that person. Create your own opportunities by doing what you say you're going to do, and then doing the research and studying, of course, studying the business of it, because that's the core, but do what you want to do. Don't wait to do it. Don't wait for permission.
Yeah. Right now we live in an age where we get to do just that. You are so right about it. No matter what it is, there's something special about this digitization of our world where we can do things like that.
Absolutely.
I got to tell you, you have lifted the energy even more. This is just an amazing episode. Thank you so much, BP Parker, for being in the building. If people want to connect with the brand, you can look right there. Let them know how to connect.
Absolutely. So on Instagram, it's the BP brand. It's the BP brand. So that's on Instagram. On Facebook, it's the BP brand. And then my personal page on Facebook is BP Parker. And really, that's my life is the brand. So whether you see me right here, you see me with my wife, without my wife, in town, out of town, I'm going to be the same person, giving the same energy, representing love, grind, and growth every time. And all we're doing is elevating minds, kings and queens. Love is dope all the time.
Kings and queens. He just spit a whole lyric right there.
Come on.
BP Parker, thank you so much. Now we're forever connected. I so appreciate you.
Absolutely. Thank you. It's an honor.
Yes. Oh, my word. I'm telling y'all. Okay, you guys, we get to talk more about the BP brand. I'm so pumped right now. This is amazing energy here. Up next is a brother I've known for years, man. Eric, Network 206 is coming up in the building. I'm telling you, we're going to continue this discussion about the BP brand and all the things that Network brings to the building. You guys stay tuned. You're watching Feel Good Friday.
As a non-binary Black femme, a lot of my identity is rooted in body. Once the vaccine was introduced, it was really difficult to think in terms of safety as well as autonomy. As a Black American, the relationship with government is very complicated. It's hard to trust. A lot of these conspiracies are really impacting people making a decision, especially with Black folks, to be clear about what we're doing. I think it's just a well-rounded conversation to see what's best for us.
Everyone's invited to the prom. From the creators of the Book of Mormon, Elf and the Drowsy Chaperone, The Prom is a musical comedy about big Broadway stars on a mission to change the world and the love they discover that unites them all. The Prom makes you believe in musical comedy again. So full of happiness that you think your heart is about to burst. Everyone deserves a chance to celebrate.
On sale now. Tickets at fifthavenue.org.
Hey guys, Besa Gordon here, and before heading to Belize, Trae Holiday and I had had to make sure we linked up with our good friends over at Market Street Shoes to, of course, grab a few things for the trip. From bags to socks, shoes, sunglasses, earrings, and more. Before going on any trip, make sure you stop at Market Street Shoes. Trust me, you'll find just what you need to make your trip not only enjoyable, but fashionable.
Welcome back, everybody, to Feel Good Friday. I'm your host, Trae Holiday, and I get to dive in right now with Eric, Network 206. What's up, Network? In the building, man. It's so great to see you, and thank you so much for being here today.
Man, thank you for having me. You know, it's been a long time since we've known each other, and I remember when you first brought this to my attention at the table. I was at your house, and you know what I'm saying? Look at you now, superstar.
There we go. There we
Your
go.
flowers to you.
You speak it into existence, my friend, until it's a thing. You know, I got to say that, you know, talking to BP Parker about the brand,
Yes.
I'm not even surprised at all that you're connected with this at all. This is really a part of who you've been in community for a long time.
Yes.
Tell us a bit about your connection to BP, the brand.
So BP and I started a shout out to Big Bro Prez, G Prez, the BT Union, the Block Teamsters Union. So it really started off as a bunch of us at the table. So promoters, event coordinators, you know, photographers, videographers, and we all met up at a table at Vito's, the back room though. So it really is where a lot of mob bosses sat back at the table and they put together their, you know, plans and what they was doing to strategize their moves for, you know, their businesses or whatever they had going on.
Yeah.
So Prez pretty much put together the same platform for us. And so from there, we, you know, had that connection then, but that was the man then. I get to see the man now that, you know, that my brother is, you know, how he's elevated and what he's been through in life. And, you know, he started the brand and, you know, because of our connection, our past, and, you know, when our present now, you know what I'm saying? We just building that relationship and I became a part of the brand. But it had to do really, he gave me my, it was more like a test run, I want to say. That's what I feel. So he called me. He was like, hey, I need you to come down to the chop with me. I'm like, what for? I was like, I don't want to be involved in it. It's not that I don't support my, you know, my black people. You know what I'm saying? I just, you know, there's a lot of chaos going on. He was like, nah, I need you, bro. I got something big going on. So he was like, he said, I just need you to do one thing. When I tell you, get everybody's phone together, get everybody's phone together. So that was my job, to get everybody's phone, tell everybody to get their phones out and everything. And he did what he does best, you know, just giving his message, his you know, message of, man, the blessings that he gives, man. So great dude. A lot of people don't know we have the same birthday as well. So it's a lot of crazy things about us, how we know each other, but how the universe really keeps us together. And, you know, we sit down and have our daily meeting, you know, our weekly meetings at our office and everything like that, really just to organize, you know, the betterness of the company. You know, we like to, one thing we really do is we really strive on, you know, the customers, you know. Yeah. One thing we're really new to is colors. It's always just been like the black, red, you know, just like the basics, the gray. Now we're doing like pinks, yellows, you know what I'm saying, and blue, dark blues, and all these different, you know, it's all about the people. It's not about it. And I think that sometimes within a business, you just think about, okay, well, what do I like? It's not about what you like. It's about what your customers like.
Well, any great brand is going to really start to mend a bit in terms of, you know, what customers may either ask for or what you're seeing out there in trends, which is why I love that you guys are connected to Nikita, Mathis, and Platinum
Most
Plush.
Definitely.
Because honestly, you got to kind of know some of that stuff in order for the brand to be dope. But I will say, I mean, the shirt BP had on is fire. The hat and the shirt you have on is fire.
LID.
So you guys are doing it out here. You know, you've always been a part of this kind of, you know, nightlife scene. You know, before social media even blew up, you were out here networking events and hosting events. Tell us a bit about how you bring a lot of that kind of experience out there in the scene to what you're doing now.
Yeah, so I just pretty much wanted to use the same platform of where I started, and that was from, you know, the streets. And that's where I come from, is these streets, you know, putting up the posters, handing out the flyers. You know, I come from Amari back in the days when we had our networks. That was one of the biggest promotional companies back in the days. We are actually the ones who brought Ciroc out to Seattle.
Yeah.
So, Jason Terry, Jamal Crawford, Gloria Velez, you know what I'm saying? Just a couple, celebrities we did business with, to really push the brand, push the envelope to these bars and everything like that. So, it's a beautiful thing to see, when he was talking back in the days, Big O was talking back in the days about putting the platform together. And man, look at what y'all doing now, man. It's a beautiful thing. But to get back on, how I really got started, it was just, the love, the heart, and the passion, of what I love to do. And the music is what I love. It's like a part of me. And so it just had to, I just started doing, just started networking with people. And so that's when I eventually got affiliated with Cube 93. And so I used to do the event promotions with them and, help coordinate, stuff with Scott. He does the haunted house in the Georgetown. Yeah. And so from there, I did the summer jams and haunted houses and everything like that. Man, I was just like, nah, I got to keep pushing the envelope, Then I got in touch with E40, Cool Nuts, you know what I'm saying? It was just, keep pushing. You can't stop when you're passionate. You love to do something, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to use that same formula, to push the brand. And so when, you got to think, fashion is everything. When you wake up in the morning, you got to put on a nice pair of fresh clothes, depending on if you're going to go to the gym, depending on if you're going, whatever you're doing for your day. But I know for this business, the brand represents itself. Love is dope. When you put on this shirt, it's a great feeling. And you can't just put on this shirt and just wear it. You got to feel it.
Yeah.
You got to believe it. You got to live it. You know what I'm saying? When I go home to my wife and everything, you know what I'm saying? We live this. We practice this with our kids and everything. So it's not just a message I'm wearing on my shirt. It's something I'm practicing every day.
Well, I appreciate that. Maybe you even mentioned that too. Like you can't even be associated with the brand if this is not how you're living. Right. I think that's so key because, I've been talking in community about we need to bring back like community covenants, right? How do we care for each other? How do we stand on a shared set of values and principles that really showcase what our conduct is going to be every single day when we wake up? And, I'm a huge proponent of it because I know that ancient civilizations had that understanding,
Most
right?
definitely.
Like there was this shared values. Everybody knew in the community, this is how we move, right?
Most
So
definitely.
if we see our elders walking across the street, we gonna help them make sure they good, get to the
You're
other
supposed
side.
to.
We need
That's
to
how I
bring
look at it.
We need to bring it back.
It's the
Like,
right thing to do.
There was some generations where we didn't have a lot of these kind of strong, community principles. We could call it a covenant, whatever you really want to call it.
Most definitely.
I say community covenant, but I think it's so important. And as he was talking, and as you're talking now, I just feel like that's really what you guys are representing, and I appreciate it. I see it right there. You got some stuff you want to show us.
I was gonna get to that. So I brought some gifts for y'all for the whole crew, really.
Yay!
So I'm gonna go ahead and pass these on to the queen over here.
Yes.
You know?
Look at these. Okay. You guys know I'm gonna probably end up with rocking this pink joint right here. But there it is right there. Love is dope. And you know what?
All the time.
Love is dope. Love is dope. You guys were saying that together during the break. Thank you. Look at the hats. It's on. It is so on. You guys got different oh yeah, it's on. Thank you guys.
Thank you. And I just wanted to give flowers to my sister over here, Nikita Mathis, for opening her doors for the BP brand and everything. We've been doing business for a long time, summer jams, any event that she's ever needed me at, I've been there to support her. She supports us, and that's what really this is all about. The community coming together and supporting each other. Black business is we're supposed to grow together, not grow against each other. So, let's all work on that. Let's come together as people, love each other, grow with each other, sit down with each other, build with each other. Let's find a table to do that and do this all over again. The BTU is coming back.
There it is. It's coming back. Network, I just really appreciate you for being here. Thank you for being a man of your word. We talked about you coming onto the show weeks ago, and I'm so glad to see you here and to bring the whole family. It's just a beautiful day, and you guys have really, really made this a special Feel Good Friday for me. I appreciate you.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Absolutely.
I also want to give my shout out to Mark Handsome. Thanks for your support and everything like that.
Yeah, we got the video. Yeah, let's show it.
Oh, okay.
Yo, what's up? What's poppin'? It's Mark Handsome. Last time I did the video supporting the BP brand, I had 2 packages in my hand. The gray hoodie, Love is Dope slogan, and the pink one. We now in Nevada at Capital 10 and Customs with my boy Jimmy. If I'm in the spot, man, some drip, some sauce being added to the equation. But as you see, I didn't get to rock that pink drip.
So I'm glad I took it from him. Two things I look for: quality and the message. And I tell you what, quality is definitely on point, and the message says it all itself. So I'm happy.
So you know what it is. LA, Seattle, Nevada, tune in.
Oh yeah, you guys are representing hardcore. I'm so glad.
Yes.
Mark Handsome, you're doing it, man. We're in the brand, and he's right. I could already tell good quality. I'm excited that I get my own piece,
Yes.
and I'll definitely be trying to shop for more. Thank you again.
Yes. And also I want to give my shout out to my brother Leonidas, the DJ. Shout out to him. He's the one who really opened the doors for that. That's actually Mark Handsome's DJ and everything like that. So that's my brother, been my brother for a long time. We rocking. And just taking it to the top.
There it is, taking it to the top.
I just want to let you know love is dope.
Love is dope all the time, you said. All the time.
time.
Thank you. Oh my goodness, you guys, I told you, an amazing episode right here with all of these kings and queens in the building. This has been phenomenal. I want to thank you guys for watching Feel Good Friday. Of course, this weekend, there's a lot of stuff going on. So before we get into the shows right here at Converge, you guys got to check out Malcolm X Rally. It's going to be the hip hop soul rally happening at Jimi Hendrix. Nikita said, look, Platinum Plush is going to be in the building. Nikita will be there with her booth. I know a lot of folks will be there with their booths. We want to bring this back. You know, when the sun comes out, the fun comes out. So once again, you guys are going to be seeing this series of events happen every single year. This is annual events now, and we are hitting that season, starting it off with this Malcolm X Hip Hop Soul Rally. Shout out to Africatown Community Land Trust for pushing this event and for making sure that we are celebrating all of the values and principles of Malcolm X. You guys, there's going to be some amazing speakers and performers in the building, as well as opportunities for you to shop with some of these local vendors. So make sure you guys tune in and come out to Jimi Hendrix Park. It should be a nice day, and it's going to be 1 to 7 p.m. Also, I got to say that I really am appreciative for everybody who's doing work here at Converge. Of course, tomorrow at 10 p.m., we got Weird at Night in the building. Our folks are going to be getting real weird. Make sure you guys tune in with Patrick Electric and Blazing Space as they get real weird. I'm telling you, it's amazing, amazing production, but I love the weirdness of it. And of course, Sunday at 8 p.m., you guys can get truly unruly with the True Fonts. All right, they're going to be spreading their own message of how their love is dope. So you guys, thank you so much for being with us right here on Feel Good Friday. Appreciate you for watching. You want to say something else?
Please.
You're putting your we over time now.
I apologize. I just want, if you guys want to come catch us live, we'll be at SS Lounge tonight, right out there, Tacoma. You get your doors open.
There we go. What time?
I believe doors open about 9
p.m. at SS Lounge.
SS Lounge in Tacoma.
Okay. Love is Dope will be in the building.
Love is Dope will be in the building, and we'll be live on stage.
Oh, there we go. Okay, well, thanks for getting that shout out in. I don't mind you for getting your plugs in. Oh my goodness, you guys. Of course, for me, always see yourself as a part of the solution. Everybody on today's episode has done that. That is a part of my mission to make sure that you guys are getting inspired by the guests that we bring onto the show every single Friday. I really hope that you guys are inspired as I am and see yourself as a part of the solution. Of course, as Omari would say, until Monday at 11 a.m., we want you to go forward in your purpose, go forward in your humanity. We'll see you on Monday at 11 a.m. Peace.